Sir. Okay, well, we have Mike Precia.
We're in Canada?
We have Mike Precia here. He's the CEO and president over at Fleetworthy Solutions, where, you know what? They go beyond compliant, Michael Vincent.
They
He's
do.
Also a Wisconsin alumni. We were talking earlier about how excited we are for college football season to start, even though it's more than a month away. But how's Wisconsin looking?
This year?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be pretty strong this year. They're a contender for the Big Ten for getting into that championship.
What do you think, Mike?
Oh.
Excited for the season to start. Our headquarters is not far from Camp Randall. I'm even wearing my Badger red. So
yeah, do you do the jump around in the office every afternoon?
We try to.
Is that part of the summer where you really just start longing for football to be back, and then you look and you're like, man, over a month. But good to see it. What's been up with you guys over there?
Well, we continue to grow. We're having a great year. Last time I was on, I told you that we're passionate about helping our customers, go beyond compliance. So a lot of work being done here at Fleetworthy.
Well, where is the intersection? And this kind of goes back to a conversation some other people may have heard when we were talking about technology and we were talking about people. Now let's talk about both of them. Where is the intersection between people and technology and freight?
Yeah, so we talk about for a carrier to be successful, we think it's a three-legged stool. It's not enough just to leverage technology, but you have to have a vendor that also is committed to bringing subject matter experts and people to the table to help them, push these compliance boulders. And then the third is, the fact that there's a lot of data coming out of the cab. How do you take that data, putting it into a destination that becomes a single version of the truth for the carrier to meet FMCSA and DOT regulations? So we take this three-legged stool to our customers and try to help them not only technologically, but give them bench strength so that their overworked safety department have partners that can keep an eye on the regs, make sure that they're following the rules and keeping their drivers and their trucks on the road.
I love that statement. The a single version of the truth is awesome, because that's what part of the problem, or most of the problem, is right there. Now, you mentioned the safety departments. How overworked are safety departments right now?
They're crazily overworked. When it's hard enough to keep up with a ecosystem of drivers that is growing. But when the regulations are changing iteratively every month, then you throw COVID and work from home and disperse employees. It just makes it a really hard equation to solve. So Fleetworthy, since we've been in business, have taken this approach as we're not only going to deliver you technology, but we're going to give you these people that are involved and really focused on all the regulatory changes so that when they need help, they have a staff that can help support their safety department.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. So how important is a single version of the truth to getting these things fixed?
Yeah, I mean, when the government knocks on the door because there's a perception that you've broken a rule or you're outside of regulations, rather than having to go to all these different locations to figure out what the truth is, using our platform, they really can get one snapshot and understand what the risk truly is. And then, like I said, with our staff supporting them, we can turn that data into actionable data quickly so that they can mitigate risk.
And Mike, when you're looking ahead in this year, what do you think the biggest challenge will be? And we're coming off 2 very challenging years, but when you're thinking about the rest of the year for Fleetworthy, what do you think your team will contend with or your customers will contend with?
Yeah, I think the things that we're seeing, driver shortage and the ability to get an applicant in the cab as fast as possible is something that all of our carriers are struggling with. Again, that's where having a bench strength of people to help you compress that time to get that applicant, into your cab instead of a competitor's cab is very important. Gas prices obviously is making carriers really want to understand the best routes to take when they're making deliveries and things. So our ability to help them with routing and things like that is another, situation that is on the front of mind of carriers we're talking to.
Yeah, it absolutely is, to gain those efficiencies and lower carbon emissions and get the capacity actually utilized and in the correct position. Well, you mentioned here that, the intersection of technology and people, right? And I contend that if you've got that data, that it can be an issue when you move forward, and there could be a safety issue that is there, right? And you talk about the importance of those people being trained in that subject matter, right? How important is that to defending or proving your safety record?
Hugely important, right? I mean, you can imagine all the data that's coming out of the cabs. If you look at, carriers that have a substantive number of drivers and assets, and the amount of not only driver qualification information and hours of service and fuel tax information, it's all coming out. If you don't have people analyzing it and making sure that, you're within the regs, it makes it hard to respond when something bad happens. So our goal is to get all this data in one place, layer on technology and our people expertise to make sure that at any given moment, they know they're good.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, really important.
I've got a stupid question.
Okay, what is it?
I already spun it before we went. I mean, well, it's more of a trivia question about Wisconsin football. What year did they win their first game, and what was the score?
Now, if I would have known these questions, I would have done some studying. I have no idea.
It was 1890, and they won 106-0 over Whitewater Normal. Go Badgers.
I'm writing that down.
Well, Mike, what do we have to look forward to coming out from Fleetworthy as we move forward?
So, we released our CP Suite platform at the beginning of the year. This year, we're really working hard to make sure that the dashboards and smart tiles and things that we're creating for our customers, give them actionable data right at their fingertips. So you're going to see a lot of functionality in our platform over the next couple of quarters. So we want to make sure that we're helping our carriers and our customers be compliant. And you'll see us do a lot of interesting things from a mobile technology perspective, giving drivers the ability to really interact with our platform seamlessly, making sure that they're compliant and they can spend their time doing their job rather than worrying about jumping through hoops to staying compliant.
Very well spoken, well said, Mike. Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. We look forward to seeing what the Badgers do this year in college football. We just look forward to it being
Awesome.
back in general. Take care,
Always
sir.
enjoy being with you guys. Have a great.
Take it easy.